Hello Hattrick friends, this is episode 114 of Let's Play Hattrick in San Marino with Intercalvaheo. I hope you guys have enjoyed the off season and feel refreshed and ready for a new one. In this episode we'll be going over some transfer news. We are in for a change in the training plan of the cycle. We will be looking at the first round in the cup. We'll be looking at the opponents in the league, and finally I'll also be hosting a giveaway at the end of this episode. So if you are interested in winning one of these, the Eco Hattrick tee in a color of your own choosing, I would suggest you stick by till the end of this video. Anyway, let's get started with some transfer news because we are changing our training type, and that means we have to sell some players. We've already done so let's take a look at the latest transfer news. First up, we have one of the recent youth pulls in the club, Tommaso Benedetti. We are hoping to see this guy develop into a future star. He's been sold off to Alternativo der Fire, who's actually managed by a friend of this channel, Stevie B. So congratulations to Stevie B for picking up a player at a pretty good price, I should say. He was sold for roughly 80,000 euros, and I was hoping for a bit more, but that's how it goes at times. So Tommaso Benedetti, we hope to see him develop into a great player. The reason why I can actually see his skills still is because I am, in fact, a mentor of Stevie B. Up second is Asad Sabri Al-Jamassi. He's been playing for quite a while in the team. We bought him at the age of 17 years and 37 days for just 10,000 euros, and we've sold him now for €1 million roughly. He's been in the club for a good while, and it shows that you can actually accumulate some value by training players in secondary positions over a good amount of time during a cycle. But it was time to move him on, and I'm fairly happy about the price of €1 million. The final sale this week was Orpheus Makarios. This sale has provided us with a profit of roughly 300,000 euros over half a season, which is okay. Back when I trained wingers, I was aiming for 100,000 euros per week as a profit marker here, and being somewhat below that in an economy which is deflating at the moment, prices are generally quite low, is quite good, I think. It could have been better, but I'm actually fairly pleased with this sale as well. So that's the third player going out of the club at this point, Orpheus Makarios, hoping to see him get a good career at Dordengot. With all the transfer news sorted, let's head to the scouts department and see if there's anything nice for us this Christmas. I think we've deserved it, right? So let's call up the scouts and see what they have for us. Two 15-year-olds, Vincenzo Graziosi. Look at this guy. Overall 5, that's pretty nice. Passable scoring potential, and he's already inadequate defending. What about Mario Maldera? Inadequate defending. They are kind of similar, but I like the prospect of Vincenzo Graziosi. Let's recruit and see 1543. This might be interesting. Let's make sure we get him in the starting lineup against Nebrilli. Let's just grab the latest lineup. Good space for him on one of the backs. Graziosi. Oh, and I should also show you guys Carlo Ferri here, because even though he's a bit older than 16 years, he has solid potential in scoring and could also hold quite some potential in winger. And for some reason, I feel like I want to try this guy out, but not as a primary training object. We still have Antonio Acangeloni. He is unpredictable. An okay prospect, I should say, but we have a few options we have to explore. Graziosi, Acangeloni, and Ferri are among the candidates for being the next future star in the team. Hopefully we can generate some income for the club with these youngsters, because as always that's the focus when we are fairly deep into the cycle. Let's just make sure we save this as a standard lineup and send the orders. Excellent. Good news from the academy. In the first round of the cup we had a very good outing against Nebrilli FC. We won 6-0. And we got to play a few of the trainee players while securing passage to the next round in the cup. We had a bit of a mishap as Belgicano was injured during the match, and we're crossing our fingers for Belgicano to be back in action quite soon. Volukis at 11 stars in the rain. We like the side of that. Zanotti 10 stars in the middle of the park alongside Camellini as well. Pretty good ratings, but we know that we'll be facing tougher opposition. 6-0, quite a good start in terms of getting a boost for the team confidence. Ahead of the next round, we will need it because, well, honestly, looking at the draw for the next round in the cup, I think it's fair to say that Yeah, I think we are out of the cup because we're playing second seed Pennarossa Bramante. And I don't think I offend anyone by saying that Pennarossa Bramante is the strongest team in the country. Looking at the numbers, we are actually ahead on top 11 average TSI, but look at the average age here. And if you look at the wages, you will get a little wiser for sure. To be honest, I don't see us having any chance in this match. I mean, look at these numbers. Supernatural experience versus inadequate matches in the national team. 107, and 22 matches in the Hattrick Masters. I mean, I am at a loss here to see how we are going to beat Pennarossa Bramante at this point. So, I mean, if you have any good suggestions, please post them in the comments, I suppose, because I would love to hear something that could potentially give us a chance against a team who played to extraterrestrial attack ratings from minute 1 in round 1. Yeah, I am not planning on participating in round 3 in the Coppa Titano, that's for sure. In the training department, we had our last week of passing training. We did see Francione getting the pop from outstanding to brilliant, Sorsic from excellent to formidable, and Sergio Lucas from solid to excellent. And looking at the planner, that means it's time to move on to playmaking for a full season. So hopefully, as said earlier during the series, we can continue to increase our midfield rating, which still is the most important sector for a traditional hat-trick team. A fact that's hard to deny for most managers. But I'm definitely looking forward to a season of playmaking training. In the overview sheet, we have the pops marked here. Brilliant passing for Francione, excellent for Lucas, and formidable for Andras Sorcic. Titano hasn't been updated due to his injury, but look at the form of the players at the start of the season. This is the thing to focus at right now. I should note that 4 of the players being in excellent form, hopefully we can get off to a good start of the season. And I'm a little sad that we've drawn Pennarossa Bramante and we can't really utilize this in the cup, for instance. Players are genuinely rising in TSI. The homegrown core players are soon all above 200,000 TSI, which is very nice. Look at the accumulated HGMS, also 1587 for Sonotti, 1565 for Francione, and Camallini will be close to popping in PM, so this is close to increasing quite a lot when we switch back to playmaking as well. Belgicano has moved ahead of the pack with 1638 HGMS accumulated at the moment. Enough about the training sheet for now. Let's move on to a little analysis of the league opponents for the coming season. From a point of view that focuses on having social interactions while we play hat-trick, it's a bit of a bummer to see the relegated team swapping out of the series and leaving us with another bot team, meaning we only have 4 active opponents for the coming season. It does give us a fairly easy start in the first league match of the season, but it is a little sad to only be playing 4 human teams, I must admit. I've been looking at the teams and updating my analysis, which is fairly simple, I'll admit that, but it's based on how they usually line up and what they train, because at this level, Division 4 out of 4 in San Marino, your tactics and strengths are often defined by what you train. So let's have a look at the sheet again with the little analysis that I've made. I have updated some notes about the unknowns. They still have a fairly strong defense and play counterattacks. Clearly still training defense at the moment with a very high defense rating. So I am rating the unknowns also as the hardest team to beat in the coming season. Very hard to choose between Mickey B and Lokomotiv Ladendicht for second and third. I'm unsure what Mickey B is actually training, which is making it hard to rank Mickey B in terms of strength. I will be putting Mickey B above Lokomotiv Ladendicht for the coming season, at least to begin with, because Mickey B has been our closest rival for a few seasons, but Lokomotiv Ladendicht could certainly move ahead of Mickey B. They're still training scoring, and they are all round with an attack which might increase in ratings, and they could potentially overtake Mickey B as the season moves along. BK's Union Police have changed to a midfield focus. They have some young trainees playing in midfield. They are definitely training playmaking this season, still the weakest team of the human managers in the league, but the switch to playmaking should see them increase in ratings over the season. I do rate them as the weakest human manager team in the series this season at 4th. Followers of the series will know that I have been thinking about when to actually promote from Division 4 into Division 3, because we want to be somewhat competitive. We need to keep the income fairly high in order to sustain the cycle going forward. But the state of the series and having only 4 human opponents it means we have to go all out for promotion this season. Also as a way of potentially increasing our seed in the cup competition, Coppa Titano, because drawing the number 2 seed in the second round is certainly not the easiest way to start going on longer cup runs, which will be needed as well in order to increase our profits. So the goal for the coming season is to promote, and hopefully directly. Promoting directly might need 14 wins throughout the season, and we'll see if we can make it possible. But I still think even if we have to play a qualifier, we should be in with a good chance of promoting. So that's the goal, promotion this season. Sunday evening we played against the Deaderinos in the first round of the league this season, and we won 4-0. A pretty good victory when you take into consideration that we were saving up some team spirit in this one, and that I accidentally forgot to deactivate the pressing tactic for this one. So a 4-0 win, a red card for Frank Folkestad, a brace for Volokis, Sorsic and Trasoli also joining on the score sheet. Let's just replay the match 100 times and see that we were complete favorites, winning 100 out of 100 times. In the league, that means we are first, and the only other team managing to grab a win in the first round was actually the Unknowns. So a perfect start in terms of trying to secure first. We will have to play Fiorentina or RSM in the next round. So starting out with 2 matches against the Bots before things get a little more serious. Good start to the season, so I'm very pleased about that. Mickey B and Lokomotiv Landi drew 2-2, and that's a good start for us, having both of those teams dropping points honestly. Now the final thing to mention in this episode is of course the giveaway, and the objective of the giveaway this time is to guess the result of the cup match on Wednesday against Pennarossa Bramante. What will the score be? Make a guess in the comments and you'll be entering the giveaway for the Eco Hattrick tee in a color of your choosing. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have had a great start to the season as well. Take care. Bye.